All right. Today, I'm not fully sure what we're going to tackle today. There's a bunch of stuff we could tackle. I might want to tackle stuff for the wiki, but I also might want to tackle just a bit more like testing and debugging and making sure that everything's working. Because one thing I do know is that it's not signing my jar. I don't know why it's not doing that. So it should definitely be signing the jar, but I don't know why it's not doing that. We will worry about that later. Um, anyway, so I well there was one thing. There was one thing I could do here. In I don't think it's in here. I think it's in this. No, wait, what am I doing? This is the general category, which that's for that. I need that's for that. It's probably in the compact category, right? No, it's not. Where did I put this thing? Oh, right here. Oh, I didn't even write on the fly here. In gameplay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that was that little thing. I think I have this now that I've created a new world. I could double check this. I'll double check this inflammable creature type thing, and then I will also check do some more checks for this. We also do still need to be able to do that. It is NBT base. Let's see, maybe I can do this, because this is NBT tag compound. What if I did NBT base? If I set this to NBT base, then this is NBT base. And now I need to check if the NBT is... Well, actually, no, not like that. Okay, so I need to... NBT tag compound on, just cast this, and then do tag. Tag.get tag list, tag.get tag, and tag.get tag. So if it's a tag compound, then it's new, and we'll try and decode it appropriately. And then we will deserialize the specific NBT. This needs to be NBT base. Something like that. Alright, so now there's a bunch of stuff I need to fix. That's fine, whatever. Oh, I probably need to look at the I distribution first. MBT base. It needs to be NBT base. Yeah, okay. I'm good. Is this... Having implemented months, more than once different arguments. Capability base, capability base, MBT tag compound. Oh, because you are NBT base. Okay. And that just works, I guess. So if we're an MBT tag compound, then I will cast it. Cast this. What do you mean? Oh, whoops. This is tag. That's for that, and then it does it on its own. Okay, yeah, because it overrides the way that it deserializes the NBT to begin with. Okay, that's fine. Updatable capability base. Okay, yeah, that's true. Hello! Hi, Preston the Rabbit. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, now I don't need this argument. Welcome back. Okay, so that's good. We got that. Now, what's left? What is this? Oh, because it needs to be MBT base. So how are you today? Good, good. I'm not bad, I'm not bad. The mob resistance is serialized to what? They serialize to an NBT type compound. That's for this. If I do this, everything else works, but this doesn't. And this doesn't because iMob resistances is NBT base. But this is also NBT base, which it needs to be. Does it need that? Oh, well, it has to deserialize old NBT. Wait, I might not need this to extend this. I've checked capability message takes a serializable MBT. Rain is already trying and understanding. Don't worry, we got a long ways to go. I think I can get rid of this. I think that works now. which means I can go here, and this can be NBT tag compound. Your constructor needs to take an iCapability serializable. But your serialization is going to give me an NBT tag compound. In fact, I don't even need this. Where is this? Okay, so I don't need this now. And now, we're still back here. This should take a iCapability serializable, where it's going to do capability.serializeMBT. When we do capability.serializeMBT here, we're going to have an MBT base, but I need an MBT tag compound. But if I do an MBT base, then I need to make it NBT base, I need to change this to be NBT base. Then again, what it is sending would be an NBT base because the mob resistances, abstract updatable capability NBT tag compound, it serializes an NBT tag compound, but I can now modify an emote. Sick. Do it. Because the distribution, right? The distribution, where is it? It deserializes the serialized specific NBT. What about serializing the NBT? Abstract updatable capability for serialize? No. Or are you here? Serialize NBT is an NBT tag compound. INBT serializable. Yeah, that does technically follow the definition. I think what I need to do for my own sanity, because I'm pretty sure this has to be an NBT base. We'll cast it. It's a safe cast. Because serialized MBT, it's a safe cast. Because it's gonna return a compound tag. This should probably also be NBT base, right? Yeah. For the sake of consistency. Okay. So now we're giving an NBT base. So we need this to be NBT base, which it is, but now we serialize this, we know we can NBT tag compound. We know we can do that. This needs to be NBT base. Yeah. Okay. This also needs to be NBT base. Okay. So now it will attempt to deserialize it by checking if it's an instance of NBT tag compound in general, but for the mob resistances, it's just going to override it directly and deserialize it for the, this is going to take us to, oh, I'm surprised this doesn't take us to damage resistances. Oh, well, damage resistances doesn't have that. It just deserializes a specific MBT of doing this, which it's going to do regardless, right? Game so far is MBT, 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 compound, MBT, compound, MBT. Not MBT, NBT. But that's because that's currently what I'm looking into. Do you have a old thing? Wait, then how do you even do it? Oh, because the damage resistance right here, deserialize old MBT is this. Okay. Now we're back to here. And if we want to deserialize the old NBT, deserialize old NBT. We're gonna just do this dot deserialize NBT, and I'm gonna pass that in, where it's gonna just attempt to do this. Uh-oh, that's gonna cause a problem. If it's not an instance of MBT tag compound. Right. Deserialize specific NBT, and then... Yeah, okay. We don't want it going circular, that would be bad. That would be very bad, very bad. Okay, so I need this to basically do this. Okay, I got this. Oh my gosh, I can't type. And then I need this. This. Where we're gonna basically just... This is basically how we're going to extract everything. Now, if... Dude, nice squid. Big squid. The Squid got cut off. That last thing's just... Their tentacle just kind of hanging out there. Now, if we try to get a float and it doesn't exist, we just return 0, which is perfectly fine by me. Because that should it should work. It should work. It should be fine. This dot deserialize mob resistances MBT tag compound. I need to stop fat thumbing every key on my keyboard. This is just going to be deserialize mob resistances. Oh, this is NBT. Okay. So now that we've got all of that, I'd have no idea if this could even deserialize the old NBT. Because I made changes where the previous versions of the mod stored its information to the disk in a very particular way, and now I'm changing the way that works to accommodate something new that I'm adding. But I still want it to be kind of backwards compatible so that it can load the old information and just populate the new information with like default values or nothing or whatever. And so I'm going through the hoops to make that work. I think I got it. I'm one away from 1,000, which means I can modify an emote. Ooh, okay. Well, I'd like to see that because I've never done that before, and I've never seen it done before. Actually, one thing I need to do quickly is I need to go to here. Here? Where is here? Here is here. And then in here in the build folder in libs, and now I'm gonna just yeet these into my recycle bin. I guess not all of them because I keep hitting the wrong keys on my keyboard. This is good. It's one of those days where I just can't hit the right keys. Now it should... I'm hoping it signs the jar correctly, right? But like, I have no idea if it will. I really hope it does so. It should sign the jar correctly. We're gonna see if it does. I'm gonna get rid of the ignore fingerprint thing. Yeah, but whatever. Whatever, bro. Uses or overrides a deprecated API. What are you talking about? So there's something with my mixin you don't like? Let me see. What don't you like about my mixin, bro? Where's my mixin? Here it is. For the font render. I shadow. Do I shadow anywhere else? No, I just inject here. I inject here. I invoke here. Wait, what does this invoker do? Did you just... You squish! Is it because you do that which is deprecated? But that's... Yeah, okay, so it did the whole thing. Nice squish. I like your squish. I also have squish. I will show you the squish in a moment here. Um, okay, it built it successfully. I'm not confident that it signed the jars. It's gonna tell me it signed the jars, but everybody lies, so you'll see it. Watch this. If I put this here, and now we launch the game, alright? We're gonna get squish, or what I like, or what some people call widecraft. So, I'm gonna show you widecraft. Widecraft exists for a brief moment. Once the Minecraft launcher decides that it actually wants to launch the game. Which always just requires me to bitch about it. So, you know. In a memento, it'll go. And we will see the widecraft. This is a cool squid. Oh, tiny squid. Not as long squid, because long squid can't fit. Hi, Schwoozmeets. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. The delve into in the insanity has just begun. You are just in time to catch it. It says it's not signed, bro. Oh my gosh. Liars. Maybe I need to remake the whole key store. I don't want to. Because I have to change the fingerprint stuff. And I have to do all of that. But what if I did? Maybe I'll try that. Anyway. Here is Widecraft. Widecraft. Right? Because I haven't maximized it. And apparently I'm not allowed to. Right now, anyway. There you go. Now it's normal craft. And this is what happens, right? So if the jar isn't signed, this screen pops up. I showed this screen the last time I did this, which was a week ago. Which is basically just saying that the fingerprint didn't match, and what happens is that means that it could have been tampered with or altered. If you are intending to alter DDD's code, then this is a message you should expect. But, you know. Anyway, so, cool stuff. I know what I'm doing. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to press a button that says I do. Because, I might. So, I think we're going to try this one. It should hopefully load the NBT correctly. I might be completely cooked. I'm not confident in it. Oh wait, this is a different world. Not this one. This one? Nope. Not this one. Then it's gotta be this one. Aha! It loaded! This doesn't have a projectile distribution. Why not? You should try text dem. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, it's alright. Wait. Okay, so now that I have my old testing ground back, let's see if... Yeah, that's working. Everything seems to be working. Okay, so I have my old stomping ground. However, this doesn't have... Is that because I just configured... Hold on. Whoops, not Spartan Weaponry. No, don't disable it. What are you doing? Projectile damage types. Yeah, because I had to put it here. Right, because it'll it's only for these things where it does that, but not for these regular projectiles. For these regular projectiles, you have to indicate that it is. Okay, that's fine. So, actually, that does beg a question. Yes, I allow that. That's fine, I know what you're talking about. There's no... Also, there is none of those. It's just... Oh, are you talking about these? Scythes? Okay, that was piercing. And now... That did piercing. That did piercing. Yeah, it did piercing. Because it used the default projectile distribution, because it wasn't registered. Yeah, these are scythes. They're not configured in any way, because this is just for testing things. Okay, so then... That's fine, that's all expected. That's all accepted and expected. However, I could add default values for the arrows. Because why not? And I'd have to add it for the bolts. Have to add it for the bolts, have to add it for the bolts. Okay. So let's see. We got bolt, we've got diamond bolt, we've got bolt spectral, and we've got bolt tipped, right? And those are all going to do piercing. And then we have arrow wood, wherever it is, arrow wood tipped, arrow iron tipped, which I did, arrow diamond tipped. Here's iron tipped, here's diamond tipped, sure. And then we have explosive arrow Explodes on impact. It can still do piercing damage and then just explode on impact, so that's fine. That is fine by me. I'm just configuring those so that those default values are there. This stuff, everything else you're responsible for. You gotta configure all that yourself. I'm just adding the default values for this. All of these will be piercing. So piercing on bolt diamond, and bolt spectral, and bolt tipped. Piercing on arrow wood tipped. And then piercing on arrow iron tipped. Piercing on arrow diamond tipped. And then piercing on arrow explosive. And then I have to... But wait, the explosive arrow. What do you do? Well, I know you explode. That's kind of obvious. Okay, in hindsight, I should have known that it would have destroyed everything. I should have seen this coming. Whoops. Oh, please shoot again one more time. Alright. I got you. I need to get another one. Wait, it didn't actually blow anything up. Hold on, you can do better than that. Wait, that didn't kill you? I was expecting that to blow me the heck up. It didn't. That's crazy. There you go. Oops. All right. So I can add those default values. Everything... We've read the old NBT successfully, I would say. It feels like we have. So we've done that. NBT is good. Okay, so I'm gonna add okay, so this just explodes. It doesn't actually deal damage. No worries. Always happy to do a little kaboom. Now, you should add signs with zombie number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, if we're doing that, then they have to have names. They can't be number 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got to have names. Like, this will be Ben. I should have this make Ben. I don't know how to change this. Hold on. I now need to very quickly look this up. Gerald. Dude, I was thinking the same thing. We'll have a Gerald. Okay. I'm gonna just figure out what the tag is for the name. Custom name. Okay, so it's custom name. Oh wait, I gotta set this to 112. Custom name. Okay, yeah. I get you. I get you. Custom name. Sure. That's how that's spelled. Custom name visible 1B. Okay. Do we got this? Do we have a Ben? Do we have Ben? Something's not right. Oh, probably because that. There we go. Here's our Ben. Goodbye, Ben. And this is gonna be our Gerald. Wait, no. He's gotta be right here. And then here we have to do a custom name Gerald. And then custom name visible 1B, comma, enter, okay. Where's my button? It would help if I spelt it correctly. Okay. There we go. There we go. We're getting there now. Bingerman? No, we're gonna leave him like that. You can be Harold. We'll have Harold and Gerald. Wait. Hold up. I did this wrong. Oh my gosh. Can I do this right? Okay, yeah. He's good. And now you. Kenold. No, he'll just be Kenny. He'll be Kenny. Okay, good. There we go. We got him. We got our folks. This guy doesn't get a name. Um, right, so I was gonna go to the default values. Where are they? Defaults. Config default values. Are these, that's weapon-based damage. I need projectile-based damage. Is it gonna be Spartan weaponry? which I imagine I have somewhere. I thought I would have. Maybe not. It doesn't look like I do. Okay, that's fine. Oh, but I don't know what the projectile is. I could probably figure it out. Let's see. Where do we have the projectile thing? Here it is. Arrow iron. Yeah, okay. So the entity name is the same as the item name. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Spartan weaponry. Arrow wood, and then Spartan weaponry. Arrow wood tipped. And that's the iron one. And now we need the diamond one. And now we need bolts. Bolts. Bolt. Bolt. Bolt tipped. Wait, no, here. Weaponry. Bolt spectral. Okay, so we got bolt spectral, we got bolt tipped. And we need like arrow explosive or something. We'll set that to bludgeoning. Because it actually will do bludgeoning damage. Okay, there's some default values for that. We got this. Fancy squid. I like fancy squid. Proper squid. It is yeah, because it's lined up correctly, so yeah, it would be proper squid. Alright, so let's see. It's basically just test all of this, make sure all of this works, and then document that on the wiki. Then all of that's done. Okay. Let's see. In which case, let's let's test this stuff a little. I'm gonna open up the editor that I use for ZenScript stuff, and then we're going to double check everything. Happy dude. I fixed that problem. Okay, yeah. Alrighty, so what we got here is the Zen script that sets all this up. I want to. I'll need an. I should have an armor durability one, or not an armor durability one. I should have an armor modifier, like a couple armor modifiers and a couple mob modifiers. So let's do that. This can be like. Okay, we'll do that. Mod loaded. Distinct damage descriptions. Import mods.ddd.modifiers.entity modifier builder. I believe that's what I need to import. Let me double check this. Oh, it's in CT classes. Yeah, okay. Modifiers, item modifier builder, mob damage modifier builder, resistances modifier builder, projectile modifier builder. I should definitely test that too, but I'll need to rebuild it. Because it's not going to find it otherwise. That's fine. So this is resistance. What was it? Resistances modifier builder. Modifier builder. Okay. mods.ddd.modifiers.resistances modifiers builders dot. All right. Now what's the thing for this? It looks like it's just create. Okay. Dot create. builder dot should reallocate, that can be false. I mean, it kind of defaults to false, but whatever. Set mod. Now, okay, we'll give them like necrotic and we'll give them fire immunity. Right? Yeah. Dot add immunity. And then what about this thing? It should, in the set mod thing, it should remove DDD prefix if present, and then add DDD prefix if needed. I didn't do that. So I need to compose get with get it from that desk and stretch. There's you can redeem your yeeps. Damage type, remove DD prefix if present. Yes. Hold on, let me not get tangled in my own cord. So let's read this. Returns a composition of two functions for f a to b and g b to c. Wait, does that even work? Oh, it takes G first. So it's gonna remove the DDD prefix of present, and then it's going to get it. Okay, yeah. Okay. I think we should be good. All right. I believe now. So Now I think we're good. Now I think we're good. Now I can continue doing this. So I can do this because it will add it to the thing. So this modifier will add a fire immunity and a 50% necrotic resistance, not reallocating any existing resistance, to a mob. Do builder.is modifier applicable. That's going to be a function that operates on the entity. Or is it a function that operates on the entity living base? Oh, for entity living base. Let's do that just so we know that it's an entity living base. Now... Now... So I got this, right? So for entity living base, I want to return... Oh wait, this is why I went over here. I need to open up the Craft Tweaker wiki. INC living base. Give me the dimension that you're in, bro. It's probably related to entity. Dimension, yes, dimension, return. Entity living base dot dimension. Dimension? There we go. So only if they're in the nether, which is -1. So this will do it if they're in the nether. Now we're going to make a new one. We'll do a is kennelled. I've decided we're gonna do is kennelled. Mod load. Whoa. Mod loaded. Think damage descriptions. Import mods. Oh wait, I need to rename .zs. mods.ddd.modifiers. Resistances modifier builder. Yeah. So now what I'll do is we'll make another one. Resistances modifiers builder create. This will just be kennelled. Builder adaptability mod. Set adaptability. Okay, that's what I want. Builder set adaptability to true. That just needs to be like this. And now I need adaptability mod. Adaptability mod equals 0.5. And what else we want to do to Kenneld here? We will remove any bludgeoning immunity that Kenneld might have. Why not? Builder dot is modifier applicable. That's going to be a function for an entity living base. And we're going to return entity living base dot. Now I got to get its name. Gotta get its name, gotta get its name. Okay, so there's a has custom name thing, and that's good, but custom name. Custom name. Any living base dot has custom name and entity living base dot custom name equals Kenneld. Builder dot priority. We're gonna have this be a last priority thing. And then we're gonna do builder dot build. So no Kennelds have bludgeoning immunities, which is really funny. Okay, so now we got that. Now let's do one if they're in the end. Is in end. I forgot to put a .vs there. So, we got this. Now, onset DDD dot modifiers dot. Oh wait, we got a damage modifier. We got to do a damage modifier. Heck yeah. So that's going to be a mob damage modifier builder. Okay, look at that. Freaking locked in. So what this is going to do is it's going to reallocate the existing mob's damage distribution to be 25% psychic damage. If they're in the end. which is kind of cool. Okay, I think I have something crazy that I can do here. I don't know if I can do it, but um. Oh wait, make this .zs. Okay, so now here's what I'm thinking. Modifiers dot resistances modifier builder. Oh wait, this is resistances. I don't need to worry about that. Oh wait, I had something that I could totally use for this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, I am a genius. Okay, I just need to check something really quick. I think it's here, under run scripts. Oh, the MBT.powered. Okay, yeah. Builder dot. Yeah, we'll just add their immunity to like piercing damage or whatever, and then is modifier applicable. That's going to be a function that's going to take the entity living base, and that's going to return entity living base dot nbt dot rand. And now we need to do this. I need to write a script that uses an event here. Whoops. However, an entity tries to join or leave a world. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. So I just need not on special spawn, but on entity spawn event, right? On check spawn. Okay. Okay. I got this. I can do events dot on allow despawn. Oh wait. No. On check spawn. On check spawn. Okay. Now I gotta pass in a function that takes the event as craft tweaker dot event dot entity entity living spawn event, which does this and then does that. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna check okay. So, if event dot entity living base dot definition dot ID equals entity entity Minecraft creeper dot ID. If they're the same, then entity living base dot nbt dot rand, I believe is what it is. Yeah. This is a true dot as bool, probably, right? That's probably what I want. As bool, as bool, as bool, as bool, as bool. Yep, as bool. Equals entity living base dot world dot random dot next bool or something. Next boolean, next boolean. Okay, so this will just give like 50% of the creepers this tag, and if they have this tag, then we will do this. I think I actually need this loader preprocessor, technically. But not for this one. Okay, so with all of that said, now I'll need an armor one. And we need the item modifier builder still, yeah. Create armor modifier, I believe. That's gonna be a function, and that's gonna take the stack. And we will return the stack dot Probably like is enchanted, right? Yeah, stack dot is enchanted. Welcome back. Welcome back. I should make one more. Modifiers dot item modifier builder dot create shield modifier. Hmm. I don't know what you can do with shields, but do builder dot set mod. You're gonna make me a squid? That's awesome. Didn't I have a lightning distribution thing? Yeah. Okay, once more. One more. Modifiers dot. I think this is all modifiers. Yeah, modifiers dot projectile modifier builder. Right. Now the projectile modifier builder. And I'm pretty sure it takes this. So let's see. I've got projectile modifier builder. It requires a modifier applicable for entity. Okay, yep, and it's the same. Return entity dot world dot is surface world and entity dot world. You know what? World dot is surface world and world dot world info dot is thundering and now can that be done with entities? I have to check. Yeah. Entity dot is wet. Okay. So we're just gonna check for the surface world if it's thundering and if the entity is wet. And in that case, then we will return true and we will reallocate all of its damage and make it lightning damage. Okay. This seems pretty good. Why are you big sad squid? No, don't be big sad squid. If all of these tests go off without a hitch, then we're good. Actually, you know what? There's one more thing we can do. One more. Okay, so we will do mod loaded and free time. Fair enough. DDD creature type. Spider. Why not? Dot set flammable false. Dot add entity to type. Add entity to type. Entity Minecraft cave spider. I think that's it. I think the cave spider's cave underscore spider. I'm pretty sure it is. On special occasions, you should add the emote. Which emote? Okay, now we're good. Now I'm going to boop, boop, boop. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna replace this one with going up to here. Oh, that one. Just the squid apple. A squapple. One might even say. That's interesting. All right, so it's not gonna work first try because I'm gonna have made a typo somewhere in one of my scripts. Somewhere. Because that's how it goes. Octoapple. I like Octoapple. Octapple is pretty good. Like April Fool's 2025. Ooh, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And the game crashed. Cool. Wait, how'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Not initialize class. Not initialize class. Integration, crowd trigger, types, DDD modifier builder. Okay, okay. How did you accomplish that one, buddy? Ooh, angelic apple. So what'd you say? DDD content tweaker integration dot init line 26. Okay. Cannot initialize class. Why not? No class definition found. How? Could it have been caused by having some bad scripts? In theory, let's see if the scripts ran without a problem. Let's check the craft tweaker.log here. Ah, we got an an exception in initializer error. No drifting. What do you mean drifting? Could not initialize that class. Okay, there is something that I do need to fix. That needs to be modifiers. Okay. So, what happened here? Cannot initialize the class. Why could you not initialize the class? Huh. That's really weird. Because the rest of them worked fine, right? And then these ones didn't. And then the shield mod, there's something wrong with the shield mod. Let's do that. What are you complaining about? No such modifier. Okay. Modifier. God damn it. All right. Well, we got that fixed now. Let's check to see if there's any other ones. And it's the same thing. Cannot initialize the thing. Cannot initialize that thing. Cannot initialize class item modifier builder. Could not find entity living base. What do you mean you couldn't find it? Event dot. Yeah, you got the wrong thing. I got the wrong thing. Or something. On check spawn. Oh, because it extends an iLiving event, which still has an entity living base. So what's the deal here? Because check spawn is entity living extended spawn event. Okay. Living extended spawn event. I can do join world event. I can do that instead. On entity join world event. That's what we'll do. Events.on entity join world. Okay. You've got great news. Oh, tell me the great news. Tell me the great news. Sorry, I tabbed into the wiki for a second. It's flying. That's pretty impressive. We love flying stuff. A lot of some people I know who really like flying. Entity join world event. Entity. Oh, it's just entity join world event. Blah, 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 blah. And the entity join world event just takes the entity. Oh, well, if it is null, then what I want to do is do that. If it's null, we'll set it. If it's a creeper, and we haven't set that, then we set that. This needs to be entity dot world dot random next boolean. Entity, yes. That looks good to me. Okay. Now, what else do I have the example.cs, right? So the example script worked. Why? Why did the example script work, but this one did not? Everything was registered correctly. I don't understand. Is it because it's abstract? That also doesn't make sense. Okay, we'll try building it again and giving it a shot. I don't know why it would do that. Let's hope that actually does something. How's it feel to be flying? I feels pretty good actually. I like flying. Flying's awesome, bro. But I do not fly nearly as often as I should. You know? What what just happened? Okay, I've no some okay. All right. No worries. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So, now we've built it. Let's try this again. It should need the content tweaker loader. I somehow put my phone into recovery mode. How did you accomplish that one? Okay, you got this, right? You. How's it feel to fight? Again, feels pretty good. It doesn't feel as good because I don't know why it's doing this. Why can't you initialize the class? Okay. I didn't hear the first time, suppose I was in recovery mode. No, that's no worries. Oh, that copies it. Oh, it's Control X to get rid of that. Okay, okay, okay. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what I did wrong. Something broke. Which is weird because it worked before. I don't understand. Genuinely don't understand. Method expects a return value. Oh, I forgot to do that one. Okay, so there's one script that's broken here. Which one, you? Method expects a return value. Oh, whoops. Why does it not need the content tweaker if this should be a content tweaker script? But maybe it's not a content tweaker script. But it still is? I might have pushed Craft Tweaker and ZenScript to its limit with this. Um, hmm. Isn't that something? Well, it worked, I guess. We're gonna reload it again. Once more. But why? I wonder if it's because of this. Okay, this on-spawn thing is not... I might just be dumb. Well, good for me. Everything else... But why? That's so fascinating. That it doesn't want to load with content tweaker. Welp. Oh well. Either way, it works. We're good. I'm gone. I'm here, bro. Yeah, no, I was doing a think. That's what I was doing. All right, well, we have things that we need to test. All right, so we're gonna do that. And there's only gonna be a little bit. I got a null pointer. Probably from that thing, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. That's no worries. So what can we check first? Let's check. Let's enchant this. You know? It doesn't matter how. I do need the lapis, right? Yeah, probably. Whatever, just, sure, whatever. So this has an armor effectiveness, minus 20% bludgeoning, minus 40% slashing, plus 50% fire. And now it has plus 20% force effectiveness. Because it is enchanted. Because why not? That's pretty cool. No, bro, you gotta be over here. You can't do that. So is that. Now, there is something to be done with shields. Let's grab an anvil. And we'll have a regular shield. Now, if I go to you and resistance. This has extra piercing effectiveness, as you can see. Because it was enchanted. That was one of the scripts I wrote. To give an extra 60%. So that works. I'll turn that off for now. Now, actually, one thing I want to check is, let's just build out a little bit so that it's out of the way, I think. Okay, I don't know what that is. That's not something I need to worry about. I should take no damage from being in fire. Or the game's gonna crash. Oh! When there's time, you should add why the zombies are here, like tax evasion. Okay, but that's not why that crashed. Random.zs at 7. That's where I got the null pointer. caused by null pointer exception by the script on line 7, which does not make sense. Oh wait, no, random.zs on line 7. Oh, because it doesn't have the thing. Right. If not is null, entity living base dot nbt dot rand. If it's not null, then return that, otherwise return false. Okay. That explains that. That does not explain why the other thing doesn't work. That I can't help you. That I don't know. I mean, all the zombies, they're here for tax fraud, right? This is their community service that they need to do. That's what I'm going with. They got caught for tax fraud, but they got a slap on the wrist. So they're just doing community service. But this is their community service, being subjected to endless torture at my hand. So yeah. And the game crashed again? Random.zs at line 7. Get NBT. Immunities to NBT. Okay, so that now this is specifically caused by something I did, allegedly. Immunities to NBT. So how is that a problem? Line 149. Immunities to NBT. Okay, yeah, that's... And I got a null pointer? Okay, where, wait, which one? Which one? Which one? Immunities to NBT, serialized specific NBT. Damage distances, line 90. On line 26. Oh, just you. Line 90. So it's this one. But immunities is set to a new thing. Even if I deserialize. Okay, okay. This is confusing. Guys are secretly they get a life syringe when they're dead, so it's an infinite amount of zombies. Yeah, probably. I believe it. It was line 149. There's a null pointer exception somewhere here. The set shouldn't be. Okay, so the immunities set shouldn't be null. So it is me, the player, on living damage, posting all of that, then going through here, checking if the modifier is applicable, going to handle for Craftrick random, for random.zs, getting the NBT, and then we're serializing the NBT, and then that's where it causes a problem. Okay, let's do a little bit of digging around. And 552 is where it's... What's happening on line 552? Entity.write to NBT. And then we're 1741. So now we are serializing these capabilities. And then we serialize some mob resistances. And then we're here. Serialize NBT. And then it serializes a specific NBT. Yeah, serializes a specific NBT. Which brings us to the damage resistances, where everything causes a problem. But the fact that it doesn't cause a problem here implies that all of this is working. So, what's the deal? It passes in an empty set into here. And it copies that empty set, which is fine. And then right here, it's passing an empty set. How many times can I do heck and stretching per stream? I don't know if there's a limit. Use this power responsibly, or there will be a limit. You know, but I don't think there's technically a limit. There is. Oh, well then I thought ahead. Good for me. I think it's once per person per stream. So this is not null. We get into the for each. We get into the for each before we do that. I just realized we get into the for each. Immunities to NBT, line 149. That's where it happens. It happens in the lambda. What? It happens in the lambda. That means there's something there. Well, why is there something there? Thank you for your redeem. That means there's something in the set, and that is null. Also, do zombies secretly get life surge when they're dead? So it's same about zombies? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, no, they just get. Yeah, they do get a life syringe. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so this would be. This has nothing in it at all. C. I found out that Twitch is owned by Amazon. Yeah, it is. Mr. Bezos. He owns it. Okay, so if this is does this, then we add all, right? And then we iterate over, but then we return that and we don't do anything because the set is empty. Everything except love. I gotta be careful. They're listening. They're in the walls. So, I mean, I guess I could do this. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I shouldn't need to, but I guess I could do this dot immunities. Well, no, because I shouldn't do that. It's just there's something that's null. Either there's something null in the set, or the set is null. But the set is not null. There's no way the set could be null. So if it can't be null, then this can't be null. This can't be null. This is the only thing that could possibly be null. Why is there something null in my set? Does a hash set allow you to add a null thing? I guess it. I guess it does. Does it? Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can put null in it. You're freaking joking. Um, hmm. This class permits the null element. That's dumb. Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna waste my time. Pretty much. So we have this, right, which extends this, and it just has a couple things here, right? But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new class. What am I doing? I mean, yeah, no, we need a null set. And we're just gonna mooch off of hash set. Because why not? And this implements set. It's basically the same thing, right? Yeah. And we just kind of do the same thing, but for the set. Unsupported operation exception. Unsupported operation exception. Unsupported operation exception. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so this throws at link to unsupported operation exception if the past argument is null. No, 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 no. How does your add all work? You just do add. Because you do add for abstract collection, then we're fine. In which case, I don't need to worry about that. That's interesting. So this is like where, unlike add, okay, got that. Okay, this seems pretty decent. We'll do this. Hello. How's it going? I'm doing all right. I'm looking into this. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting crashes and stuff. Not too bad. Running on 3 hours sleep. I can't sleep in the heat, and my attempts at naps have failed. I am sorry to hear that. It has been surprisingly warm lately for like late October, right? So it's kind of crazy. So now that I have this, now I go here. This is not null set. Dot new not null set remove nulls, passing in immunities. Now it's impossible now for this to break. I'll take an ice age at this point. My building turned off the AC to switch to heating and I hate it. An exam tomorrow, I can't even study. Oh no, that is tragic. I'm really sorry to hear that. Now, I desire death. No, 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 no. You could take it. You could take it. I'm sure. I have a I now have a theory as to what might have happened. I have a theory. I have a theory. No, no, not here. Where is it? Mob resistance modified builder. This thing. Okay, so this, what happened here is, I believe, yeah, because this got null, and so it just did that. And that's how I got a null thing. But why? But why, I say, but why? Because my thing shouldn't it have actually done the same thing? String immunities added is not registered. Yeah, where we check our string immunities and stuff, and we're gonna map it to streaming it and filter it, checking if it's not registered. This here is just a function, well, a predicate, whatever, same shit. Um, that's going to check if it's null with doing this, which is going to get from the damage type registry, adding the DDD prefix if needed, checking if it's null, composing that together. And if it's null, it returns true. So then, with all of that said, we filter out anything that doesn't do that, and we reduce it. Filter, because this maps it to an optional, a stream of optional strings. We reduce, wait, no, we reduce this to, oh, for each one. For each one. And then we're gonna check to see if it's present, and then we're gonna get it, and then we're gonna reduce that string to concatenate it and all that other stuff. Okay, so that didn't happen then. So then how did that happen? I believe how that happened is something went whack. Something was whack. Add types to mod. Which one is this? Mod add immunity. Mod remove immunity. Maybe something got borked. I don't know. There is a non-zero chance. But basically this type was null, and that's what happened. But now that shouldn't happen going forward. But now when we deserialize the NBT, immunities from NBT, we do this, right? Immunities from NBT. Boop, boop, boop. This is a non-null set. Let's just make that clear. This is a non-null set. And that's a non-null set as well. And now we can do... I'll keep the validate non-null thing, right? But... you'd think then that... But it didn't do that. It actually didn't do that. Because I never said that. Oh. Fascinating. Maybe we don't need that then. I'll leave it like that for now. We'll build this. We'll see where this gets us. I just want to test my thing, dude. I just don't want it. I don't want it to break. I want it to work. And then I want to bang my head against the wall because it's not signing my jars, dude. Dude, I just want an autograph on my jar. No one wants to autograph my jar, bro. It's not cool. Makes me sad. Alright. What about now? Hmm. It didn't even finish loading this time? How did I make the problem worse? What the hell? What the hell happened? Null objects not allowed in null set. In add for this, lambda accept integration craft trigger types, mob resistance modifier builder, lambda accept. What? But these are not null sets. Huh? Abstract DD resistance modifier, add immunity, line 59. They are null sets. So, I mean, that's fair. Add types to mod. Line 229 here. Line 229 of what? Modifier builder. Just the regular modifier builder. The root. Okay, what the heck is going on line 229? Modifier side register. Oh, so it's registering the modifiers. Right. Make modifier. Make modifier specific, put all that stuff, and then we're good, right? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's understandable. That is very understandable. Make modifier specific for the resistance modifier builder, and then we go add types to mod. That's mob resistances. We need mob resistances modifier builder. Make modifier specific. Make modifier specific is line 63. Add types to mod. String immunities added. Okay, I don't know which script, but since we're talking about adding immunities, because we're talking line 63, right? Line 63. Line 63. Okay, there's a couple of options. It could be this thing, because it could be the piercing, or it could be the is in nether, because that adds fire. Resistance is modified build. Those are the only ones, right? I mean, there is that one, but that one's not a problem here. It's either this random one with that, or the is another with that. But I spelt piercing correctly. Piercing. Hello? And the fire is fine. Okay. What the heck? Damage types get removed. I'm an idiot. What's your problem? A extends B. Add DD prefix if present. Yes, it does, bro. Oh, if absent. I'm... If needed. Whatever, bro. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just a genius. And I'm back. Anything interesting while I was gone? I learned that I was an idiot. Pretty much. With this here. Was there another thing that I messed up on? Let me just double check. Add DDD prefix if needed. Okay, so that's good. And the CT this here. Add DDD prefix if needed. Okay, yeah, so let me explain what happened here. Basically what happened is I would need to add a whole bunch of strings, right? Like fire and necrotic and all that other stuff. You remember this, yeah? So I have this script here where I'm giving it immunity to what my mod classifies as fire damage. However, this is not actually how it's internally stored. Internally, it actually adds this in front, just as a prefix in case it's needed anyway. So, like, I can differentiate DDD fire damage from like regular Minecraft fire damage, because it needs to be different, right? Thank you for your redeem. And so, because of this, I need to have functions that can add and remove this little prefix here whenever I need it. In my code, I used the method that removes the prefix if it's there, instead of the method that adds the prefix if it's absent. And I needed the second one. I need to add the prefix if it's absent so that I can fetch it from the registry and check if it's registered, if like the damage type actually exists. So, a little bit of a mistake, but we got there. That explains a lot. Okay, so we finished our build here. Slide this in here. And then let's try that one more time. So here we are, loading up. We're good. Is it gonna load or is it gonna crash? Hopefully it doesn't, but I could see it totally just crashing. Yay, it didn't. And now, because I'm in the Nether, I have created a modifier that makes all entities immune to fire damage in the Nether. Now, it does apply to a player. Now, perhaps it should have... it could have added I could have added something to the context function to not include players, but makes it easy to check. I also have a necrotic resistance too, so I now take half as much damage from necrotic-based effects, but only in the Nether. Right, so now it's a little more dynamic, and now if I move here, it's gonna be different, right? Now you can see I'm actually taking more damage, and I'm taking it faster. And of course, I take fire damage. So that's cool. It's a little dynamic thing. So now we'll also check in the end, because in the end I have a modifier set up for, like, if we're in the end, where? Bruh. So what it's gonna say here now? There's a null pointer exception, and that's from, I don't know, something. But it doesn't really matter too much. Oh yeah, because I have mob spawning off. But what I can do actually, if I punch the Ender Dragon, we will see that I actually do a bit of psychic damage now that I'm here. Well, actually, I did bludgeoning damage. Well, what did that script say? For the is an end? Yeah, I should be doing... Well, it might not be. I don't know. Let's spawn a zombie. Maybe the player is a little different or something. I don't know. Yeah. So as you can see, he does a bit of psychic damage. Why I don't know. Jeb. Now, I don't know why I don't do that. I think it's because players don't have that, right? So... Capability handler. We get player capabilities. We get all caps. Right, I think it's because I don't have... Hold on. Default mob damage distribution. Yep. I don't have a distribution. That could be easily fixed. There's definitely a way to go around it. I could write a script that has an event, a DDD that listens to a DDD event, which checks if a player attacks something and if they're in the end and they don't have anything in their main hand, in which case then they're punching something, or if like or it just checks if it's like pure bludgeoning and then if it's like 1.25 or something. Like there are checks. There are checks. Yeah, just check if they have nothing in their hand, and if so, then, just, like, make it bludgeoning. Or just make it, like, psychic. Anyway, one thing I wanted to check while we're here, we have to check our kenneled buddy. What's our kenneled mod thing? Our kenneled mod is, if their name is kenneled, then we remove their bludgeoning immunity. That's right. So check this out. This is going to be funny. So, slimes, right? Slimes. Their default values makes them immune to bludgeoning damage. They don't even get knockback, right? So now, we're going to get our buddy kenneled here. Kenneled, come back. Where are you going? Now your name is kenneled. Now you take damage. You do still have a bludgeoning resistance, or... You have bludgeoning resistance, yeah? But now I can punch you. You, like, changed your name. Yeah, he's not taking much damage. But, yeah, you get the idea. Now there was that thing with, I think it was creepers. Yeah. Creepers. I don't know if this will work, because I'm getting null pointers, so it might be because... I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Where's the creeper? Here. Boop, boop. Yeah, see, I got null pointers. I'm getting null pointers. And that's Kenneld. He just hopped off the edge. Dang it, Kenneld. Imagine you wrote a script that when in-game chat doesn't work and automatically goes, let the test commence. So I think because I'm getting null pointers, I can't. I think because I'm getting null pointers, I can't verify if this works. Yeah, 'cause that's piercing. That's. I can't verify that modifier works because my script is still kind of broken, I guess. Ah, well, alright. Well, look. This is pretty good. I'm actually gonna wrap it here. It's slightly shorter. Usually I go 4 hours. This is 3.5 hours. I'll wrap it here. And then, you know, we'll continue doing the tests and stuff. It'll be good. It'll be good. So, thank you everyone for coming by and tuning in to the adventure. The adventure continues. We will get it done. We will get the 1.7 update done. I want to get it done before like mid-November, right? That's I want to get it done, right? Tomorrow I'll be back with more Continuum. So be sure to tune in for that. And normally I would probably raid, but not today. So I guess I have some stuff to do. So thank you everyone.